Hello, football fans, UFL fans, and spring football fans. Well, with UFL training camp underway, we're only 5 weeks away. Are we only 5 weeks away? Not even. Just over a month away from the start of the relaunch of the UFL football season. And all I can say is, thank God Mike Rapoli has come on board, and thank God he is running the day-to-day operation of this league, because he's the only one since Vince McMahon and Alva Luck who actually knows what he's doing or seems to care about the direction of the league, and the only one listening to the football fans and acting like a football fan on top of that. So let's get into it. Now listen, I'm not going to lie, the last time I did a video, I wasn't very thrilled about the way the schedule, too many home and homes. I mean, my DC Defenders play 3 back-to-back home and home series at the end of the year. So the last 6 games, they're going to be playing the same team twice, 3 sets in a row. This is not hockey, this is not basketball. I'm not really sure how I'm going to like it. I don't like it now. I'm going to keep an open mind to it. Maybe it is good. I don't know. It could intensify rivalries playing the same team 2 weeks in a row, but it's going to be wait and see on that one. But we do have some new rules for the season coming up. The first one, which I like very much, the 4-point field goal. Any successful field goal from 60 yards or further will be counted as 4 points. This is a no-brainer to me. This should be a thing. And don't be surprised if you see the NFL steal this one from spring football, like they do a lot of rules from football, because they're afraid to do it on their own. Good rule. Another one, that's a new rule change, which I'm not sure I like. 1 foot in bounds. The UFO will require only 1 foot in bounds for a legal catch. Adopting, of course, the NCAA rules. Increased passing and scoring potential enhanced for player safety. This is a pro football, and if these guys want to make it into the NFL, they should be playing by pro football rules. Now listen, I understand there's going to be some differences between the two professional football leagues, or 3 if you count the UFL. But something like that where you have to, as a receiver, keep both feet in bounds. If the object is to get to the NFL. Now you may say, well, in college they only have 1 foot in bounds, they go to the NFL anyway. This is true, but these are players looking for another chance, or a new chance, or a legit chance. Playing by college rules, I'm not sure if that really helps you. I'll have to wait and see in this one, but I am open-minded to this one also. Elimination of the tush push. The league has eliminated the tush push, a play in which, your quarterback does a quarterback sneak with an offensive lineman pushing him from behind. I don't like this rule because as a defense, you need to find a way to stop an offense. And with other rules coming into the league, especially with the 4-point field goal, I think I'm not sure if I like this rule or not. Especially if you're trying to get 1 extra yard, 2 extra yards to help your field goal kicker. Again, I'm not a fan of it. I would have not done that rule. Here's a new rule, which is why I'm against the tush push, and I have no problem with the 4-point field goal. No punting inside the 50-yard line. You talk about a radical rule change. Here we go. No punch will be allowed from anywhere inside the opponent's 50-yard line. That's 49 yards and in, unless it's 2 minutes before the half or 2 minutes before the game ends, possibly going to overtime. Once the ball is made ready for the play inside the 50-yard line, the team cannot punt even if a subsequent a penalty or a loss of yards moves the ball behind the 50. If the ball is on the 50-yard line, the team may punt the ball. Um, this is radical. This is going to be a fun one, which is why I have no problem with the 4-point field goal, which is why I don't like elimination of the tush push. I would have kept that rule in conjunction with those two rules. It seems like the league is trying to up the scoring. We'll see how this works. I do believe the UFL should be different than the NFL. That's why I always like the World League of American Football, the USFL, XFL relaunch 1 and 2 and 3, and so on and so forth, as well as the AAF. Okay, overtime, 3 attempts per team. It's going to be like the hockey shootout, looks like. Teams will alternate attempts from the 5-yard line. It's the 5-yard line, I think. Wasn't it the 2-yard line before? If after 3 attempts per team the tie remains, the team will attempt alternate attempts until a winner is. So just like the hockey shootout, which I like. The home team will have the choice to go on offense or defense first. A coin toss will be implemented in place of the team's choice. I got no problem with that at all. Points up to touchdown. Teams will have a scrimmage play options. Elect after the touchdown plus 1-point kick option. All right, so we're going back to that now. 1-point conversion, kick from the 33-yard line. 2-point, the ball placed at the 20-yard line, and 3-point conversion, ball placed at the 8-yard line. So we moved that one 2 yards in, which I have no problem with at all. I think the 2 points should be at the 2-yard line. And if you're going to do a 1-point conversion, I think it should be closer than the 33-yard line. Because that's really 43 yards. I would have moved that one in closer, or I would have kept the 1-point option from the 1-yard line. That's the only part of this I disagree with. That's just me, though. All right, the kickoff rules. The kick will be kicked from the 30-yard line. The kickoff team, the 10 main players, will be receiving the ball at the team's 45-yard line. So we're pushing that one back because I guess, again, they're trying to increase offense here. Receiving team will set up their positions at the 40-yard line, 5 yards away from the defensive. And 9 players must be in that zone. And only 2 players could be back past 35 and further back. A landing zone. The landing zone will be receiving the team's 20-yard line to the goal line. The ball must reach the landing zone or it will be spotted at the 40-yard line. I got no problem with these rules so far. Out of bounds. If the ball travels out of bounds, it will be spotted at the 40-yard line. Okay, that hasn't changed really. Touchback spots. There will be 2 touchback spots, the 40-yard line. Ball's kicked in the end zone. And 20-yard line if the ball hits the landing zone and enters the end zone. So, there are your new rules, or updated rules, or revamped rules for the 2026 year for the UFL. Of course, there's another rumor going around saying that they consider moving the St. Louis Battlehawks out of the Battle Dome into Energizer Stadium, which is where the soccer team in the MLS plays. How do I feel about that? I don't know. The Dome has always been a staple of the league. That and Audi Field. I would like to keep it, but here's the reason why I may have a problem with it, because on the flip side, Mike Rapoli came out and said something really awesome. He said, finally, he said, next year, we're going to start earlier. Thank you. Thank you. This is what we've been waiting for. And he said something that all football fans have known for decades and decades and decades. And that the week between the championship games And the Super Bowl is one of the most boringest weekends of the year, and he could not have said it better. Especially if you live here in the Northeast or out in the Midwest where the weather sucks and it's cold and you have no football. And let's face it, unless you are a big college college basketball fan or NBA or NHL fan, which is, I know I understand that plenty of, but not during the week is one thing. During the weekends, football's always dominated the weekends. And I will take a line from Canada. They say Canada's hockey, hockey's Canada. Well, in America, football's America, and America is football. So to put games on the start of that week, I think is absolutely genius. You keep the football fans' appetite for football there. And he's even talked about maybe putting some games on Super Bowl weekend. Yes, do it. Do a Friday night game. Do 2 Saturday games. And if you want, do a Sunday noon game so people have something to watch instead of the ridiculous 5-hour pregame show which no one cares about. I'm sorry. I don't. So if they are going to move the Battlehawks to Energizer Stadium, an outdoor stadium, do you really want to play football outdoors in St. Louis in February, in March? That's my question. It may look better, but if the weather's too bad and fans don't go, will it look any better than the Battle Dome is right now? That's my only discrepancy with this right now, moving the Battlehawks. If they're going to keep it in March, I say, yeah, let them move the Energizer Stadium. But if you're going to push the season back to February, and the weather out in the Midwest is brutal like it is in the Northeast, it may make some great television if there are storms. If the fans are willing to come out for it, we'll see. I don't know. Anyway, fans, what's your opinion? I'd like to know. We are exactly 32 days away from kickoff. For the love of football fans, we'll talk to you later.